What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Dumpster Fire. That is my channel. I'm your host, DJ Soundstorm, back again with more me not getting the labs. I'm sorry, the labs. I'm looking at the labs key card. Me not getting the the bloody room key. So, an event has just started as we get a little bit closer to the release of 1.0 for Escape from Tarkov, and right now, all bosses are guaranteed in every single location everywhere. So from ground zero to streets, interchange, customs, absolutely everything. All bosses that are possible. Goons are spawned to every place that they injector case and oh, I have two injector kit there. That's what I did. No, wait, no. Why did I no? Hold on, what's happening? Get out of here. I need those two. There we go. Everything else is good. Can we go on the raid now? Please and thank you. Yeah, so bosses are 100% spawned where they're supposed to be. Do I want? Yeah, that's fine. And we're going to be doing a little bit of boss farming, but first, just because we're going to keep the series together and because I'm interested to see if maybe on 24th, 25th, during the live stream, we checked as well, and all of the times that we came to streets, the bloody key still was not there. So the meme is still very alive, and it is still 100% not there. So we're going to run this one back. We know that with all the bosses up that Kalante is going to be alive, but that's not going to stop the location that we have to try to get to as is. So not a huge issue by any means to go and check that out, but we will be putting out some videos on trying to dunk on the bosses in their respective locations. Shoreline is going to be an absolute buzzsaw. On the PvP side, probably also an absolute buzzsaw, because that means Sanitar and all of his aimbots are all very much up and alive, but that also means that the goons are there as well. So even getting near Sanitar is probably difficult if Bird Eye can see you. Lighthouse would be an absolute atrocity right now, but Lighthouse is an atrocity as is. Customs two layers of and then because again, most of the time the goons spawn near fortress, near center. So that also means that depending on where Rochelle is at, there's a really nasty squish point between New Gas and the middle of the map because of those two guys being completely up. Absolute chaos for this one. The cultists are still 100%, or I don't know if the cultists were up to 100% spawn, but they were increased at night. People going into nights where cultists can spawn with all the bosses guaranteed are out of their damn minds. There's just a lot going on. 1.0 is coming up. By the time this video airs, 1.0 will already be out. I do want to make sure that that is super clear. I'm trying to get a video out a day, pushing all the way through the month of November, so there's just a bunch more content of us doing us things here on my channel. But I would love in the comments section, if you guys have not subscribed, you enjoy the content, please do so. Hit that like button, all the typical tropes for YouTube, because we are trying to move the algorithm and whatnot. But if there's specific stuff that people are interested in seeing us do in Tarkov as we roll into 1.0, we had a couple of ideas people had brought up about possibly like going into some of these raids on the PVE side with starter guns, like stuff that you would normally have, the AK-101, AK-104, your vectors the first time you find them, and seeing how we handle some of the contact with those earlier weapons, just so they can see a huge difference from the platforms that we're running these back on right now at big level, and as opposed to some of those earlier weapons. We also had a bunch of people that just said, wipe your account. Don't worry, we're getting there. I don't know if Nikita's going to roll everything over. By the time this video airs, we will have that answer already. But yeah, we more than likely will be going through a lot of the early progressions. I think it'd be great content to start from the beginning, just because things are going to be a lot different in 1.0 based on how things are actually in the world. So super exciting just to see some different concepts that we can do with Tarkov as we move forward. We're going to continue to pump out these videos. I'm going to continue to take some time after work in between taking classes to pump in a couple of raids so you guys can see some content and we can get some more stuff out there. So if that's something you guys are interested in, is my style of Tarkov content, again, please hit the subscribe button, please hit like, and leave a comment. If you hate it, tell me about it. If you actually enjoy it or you thought something was neat, let me know and we can try to put more of that in. Let's go be upset this key's not real. That sounds like a spot on raid eye. I am on the opposite side of the map from the exact location that we need to be. All right. Well, this might be one of those raids where we have to fight absolutely everything on the map. So, just as a big old heads up, this could get kind of sideways. Kaban's up because, of course, all bosses are up. That means Kalante is definitely up. That means Kaban is definitely up. Streets is an absolute nightmare right now. That sounds like PMCs had made the unfortunate mistake of running into Kaban or getting close to that. Yeah, they got too close to the machine gunner from the sounds of it. Getting a little bit of our stamina back, unless we have bags, because I do have some of these keys, obviously, now after all of the lucky scav boxes and just the runs that we've been doing as I'm getting back into Tarkov. We do have the keys that we would need to kind of like full send straight through some of these march rooms and get some cash. However, I like to save the money runs for when Bags is here, just in case he runs across something too. And just in case we have a really good reason to, like, obviously we're going to lightly loot as we move through the map because we're on the opposite side of the map. But I like to focus specifically on objective. Probably something that gets me killed more times than I'd like to admit, because I am super objective based. As we push into 1.0, if you guys are still around checking out the content, you're going to notice that the times when I get clapped the absolute hardest, it's because I'm focused on objective play. So it's like, all right, we got to get to this location. We have to get this done. Like the bloody, like not the bloody keys. That's for right now. But like other keys that we have to get or other objectives that we have to get to, I tunnel hard. And I think that's something that a lot of Tarkov players early on struggle with. And I think I'm over 3,000 hours now, and I still have a problem with it. Like, absolutely no shame admitting that. When I'm focused on let's go get XYZ thing done, it's really hard for me to not tunnel vision. And if I could start breaking some of that, I feel like I'd be a lot better at this game, honestly. But alas, currently... Yeah? They're inside that building. Okay, scav to the right. PMC's behind us. I don't want to get shot in the back. I have no reason to go in there. Ow. I'll check you anyway. Search experience. Just weave our way back to our objective. Obviously, the bloody key spawns inside the mall, which was the opposite side of the map from us. So we're trying to take path of least resistance, or at least what I think is least resistance, to get back over there. Just check some stuff on the way. There are some safes out here that you can check. There's some static dead bodies. Highly, highly, highly suggest that if you are... Don't want the cat. What is happening right now? Sounds like they're pissed I didn't engage them. Highly suggest, especially for new players, if you're gonna walk past a lot of loot, because there's gonna be a lot of times where you see something and you're like, meh, you know, whatever. Don't skip static dead bodies. I feel like, I don't have the math on it, but I feel like they have the widest variety of things that you can pick up anywhere in the map. And then early on, places like Ground Zero that has a bunch of static dead bodies, it is so worth to check those. Brother. I will leg you without any remorse whatsoever. Okay, 3 stack out of nowhere. Remember that thing I said? Remember that thing I said about things getting weird? How did they come straight from Kaban's area? Second more important question. Thanks, Kaban. Or I'm sorry, Calante. Hold on. Am I hearing shit right? Put my arms back on. Thank God for, like, actually having plates in my stuff. I am really bad about not replacing the plates in the standard armors that I'm used to using. But with this specific plate, Bags actually grabbed me some stuff and said, hey, throw this in there. Because they chewed off most of my body. Another super, super normal thing that happens early on, and I still do it. It's not an early on thing. Happens to literally everybody. But when you get into a firefight, got good armor on, stick in there and fire back. The second you turn and try to, unless you're next to cover, I want to make this very clear. If you're near some sort of cover, you can kind of like duck and dodge and get behind it and stuff. Absolutely perfectly understandable to get behind that cover and make the... I'm in the middle of the street right there. The worst thing for me to do, especially if you're treating PMCs like you would player characters, right? Worst thing for me to do would be like, nah, just full send sprint. Like, let's get away from what hurts. Kill it. Biggest thing a lot of Tarkov streamers that are way better than me do when they get into those engagements is they know about how many bullets it takes to take them down, and they're betting they can put more bullets in you than you can them. And then they're going to heal up, and then they're going to come back, and then they're going to loot your stuff, and you're going to be figuring out what you're doing for your next raid. The second you try to bail on that engagement, somebody's going to shoot you in the back, or they're going to get that headshot finally because of the nature of the firefight, and it's just going to make you even more mad every time you lose those engagements. So stay in there. Send it. You might not know it, but you'd rather die on your feet. Also, welcome back to the Reload Simulator. 60s are great. 60s are great. 60s are an amazing mag in this game. They take the longest time. By the time I'm done loading all these, I'll be back to full health, or at least stable. That's still going. Oh, no, never mind. I got time. Like y'all doing today. It is, current time of recording is about 8 in the evening. It is the 12th of November. To give you guys an idea of just how long it took for this video to come out. And yeah, we did make some changes to the viewing quality for you guys. Kind of tried to make some upgrades to overall what the raid looks like when we're in it. And we hope you guys are digging that. Because for the guys that have been around for a really long time watching my content, it didn't always look great. Because I barely know what I'm doing at all when it comes to streaming and or content creating. So all of these are recorded live. There's no cut and chops and things like that. So it's all just, I hit record, I come from my starting screen into live, and it's completely uncut up. Maybe sometime in the future, after like we get into 1.0, we'll have some like chopped up videos so we can just see like the important parts of the raid. But for now, you guys are stuck watching me reload mags. Okay. Thanks, Morphe. Pretty sure those sell good. What are you rocking here? Cabbage? That must have been what got me. You freaking shredded me. Okay. Back on the chase for the bloody key. Sorry for that large break in the action. 60s are great. Love the M4 platform. I honestly do. It's one of my favorites. One of. There's probably like 5 that I really enjoy rotating through. Sniper scav down. I don't know if that was smart or not. Because those guys sometimes sentry really well. Like, we can see where they turn to shoot. Is that a Kalante goon? No? Dude, why? Why no key? That is not a man's. Where are you, Kalante? Gotta be a Kalante guard, because all of his guards sound like scabs for some reason. Unsure why. He doesn't. Well, they friggin' move now. Okay. So we scrambled those guys a little bit, but I'm still not 100% okay just all-inning that. Not when he can turn off my weapon. Because he very much can. Oh, God. Well, it didn't used to look like that when we got here. Same sandwich. Yeah, oh yeah. Alright, let's give this one more full send upstairs and see if we can get the rest of these guys down just for the experience, and then we'll get out of here.
Будь ты проклят! Ты куда?
Problem I have is that I don't know if that was Kalante. Clearly Kalante guards. Don't need your morphine, bro. Oh, there he is. Never mind. He gone. Yeah, our APAC's kind of torn up. All right, I think we are full floor destroyed, which is wonderful. Squanch. All right, this boss killed, full cleared. Still no Bloody King. I think that's the sniper scav. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last guy was over here. One thing that's nice about these farms, this boss usually doesn't have very much like good on him, right? Like the lab's access card's kind of a big upgrade from what's normally in his kit. However, if you do need grenades, it's usually a lot of them. All right, what are we sitting at for time here? 28 minutes. We've got Damage House. We've also got Sewer River. So we're right next to Sewer River. Much to worry about there. Gonna dunk in a couple of these isolated spots just to see if maybe somebody's got a drink that we can slam into, because we're at 24 and it's almost like someone completely forgot about his food and drink. Shouldn't matter too much. Sewer River is not that far away, so we will make it regardless. Did kill a couple of scavs out here, so we'll check their stuff. Oh, that's a full. I think he was upstairs looting guards. Like the first rotation of stuff that I... Oh, is that a drink? That is a drink. Yes. I gotta be honest with you guys. I know I'm gonna put a number in here for the YouTube video, but I have no idea how many raids in a row now we've come here and it hasn't been here. Like, we're probably getting pretty close to 30. I have, because I can't not count the live stream attempts, right? And me and Bags ran this one back a couple of times just seeing if it was over here. No dice. And then one of the guys in our group found one on a scav. And I was like, it doesn't count. We didn't find it on stream, right? Like, out of fairness, we started something, we got to finish it. And to be fair, when we went in and used the charge of that key, the one that they found on their scav over here, the loot was abysmal. It was so bad. I was like, oh my god, when I find it, it better not look like that. Like, the room better not look like what we just saw, because that is harsh. So unbelievably bad. Oh, a lot of stuff this rate. For some reason, that closed door just threw me off hard. All right, another raid. Number unsure. Bloody key, no go. Absolutely no idea why this thing's not spawning. I remember this being there like every 4 raids or something in the past, and it's incredible that it's not here. So I'm going to keep being frustrated. We're going to keep trying. And the boss event is on, so at least if I get upset, I can take it out on all of the bosses. So stick around for some more content. By the time you guys see this video, more than likely, we're going to be into the 1.0 release. So this will just be like the Hail Mary for before, like the before times, and then the after while we've got these events going on. But we actually did get a lot of experience there. Scav, USEC, so 3 USECs, a sniper scav, 2 more scavs, guard, scav in the middle of it. Boss did get Kalante, and then 3 more guards for, what, 27,000 experience? Pretty well cleaned up here. That was kind of nice. What was my overall? Yeah, that felt pretty good. All right, I guess we will see you guys in the next one. We're going to find this key, right? Like, it can't just not exist ever, and I can't be the most unlucky person that's ever played Escape from Tarkov, right? God, I hope not. Either way, guys, if you enjoyed it, be sure to hit like, be sure to hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay in the mix.